what have you been doing so far to kind of stay in shape and keep getting exercise throughout this entire quarantine? Because I'm assuming it's been a couple of months since all the gyms have really been open.
Yeah, luckily, my wife's pretty into fitness, so we've been challenging each other in the basement, doing some workouts. Actually, so me and some other college assistants around the country, I'm trying to get Jake into it too, Coach Prizzuti, but we race against each other on the Peloton. So we'll time up a workout like 8, 9 a.m. and we'll get rolling on the Peloton, get some miles in, get a little sweat in. But every day just trying to stay active. And I got 2 young kids. My daughter's 6, my son's 3. So they stay active, run around the neighborhood. So I chase them. So one way or another, I'm trying to stay fit.
One thing that's been kind of interesting to think about is the overall way of how you recruit players. I know kind of recruiting players probably just really never stops. It's always 24/7 trying to always think about the future. But has this pandemic really changed the way you're able to recruit, especially if you have to go online? And has that made it tougher to kind of develop relationships with potential recruits and players?
From an evaluation standpoint, it's different. I mean, for me personally, I love to be able to go into a gym and evaluate a kid, not only his play, but how he interacts with his coach, his teammates, how he handles adversity. Is he in a tough environment to play in? Is it the third game of an AAU session? How does he respond to that? There's a lot of things that you can do to process and evaluate a talent. In this setting, though, I actually think it's a great opportunity to build a relationship. I think the coaches that come out of this with a really good hold on their recruits is because they're really good at building relationships. And that's something that our staff values a lot. Being able to communicate in a different way. I mean, Zoom, you have a chance to have face-to-face interaction, but you have to be really creative about your conversations, what the content of those conversations are, what the messages are you're trying to drive. And then you do it, on a Tuesday. You might have to do it again on Friday with the same kids. So you have to be fresh with your ideas and your approach. So we've done a lot of different things to showcase our university, our program, the community, the fans, the donors, the alumni. I think there's a lot of things that make Marquette what it is, and we've tried to display that through a computer screen.
There's a lot to look forward to with this program and this team in the coming year. What do you, as an associate head coach and just part of this culture and identity with MUBB, what are you most looking forward to with this upcoming season?
For me, it's proving people wrong. I mean, I think there's some people that have doubts about our team. I think we have a lot of talent, a lot of versatility. I think we have a bunch of guys that people don't really know what their value is like, not only in college basketball, just themselves. And we have a chance to be really, really, really good. I'm excited for those young guys to get here. I mean, they're excited to be here. They're excited to be a part of the program, but they're excited to go out there and compete and play. And that's one of the things I love about all 3 of them is that they're so competitive. When you talk about, DJ and Jose, super competitive guys. I mean, those guys, they just want to go on the floor and win, and they love to play basketball. I mean, that's one of the things, about those guys, whether it's, in the Fiserv Forum or it's a pickup game in their hometowns, they just love to play and love to hoop. I love that about them. I love the potential of this team. One of the things too is that there's a bunch of guys in our team. When you talk about Jamal, when we get Greg healthy, Theo, Kobe, Samir, Dexter, all these guys have a chance to prove themselves, right? Because there's a great opportunity for them. And there's a lot of beauty in that. And I can't wait to see it played out, not only just in the games, but in practice. I mean, those guys work their tails off, every single day. So I'm excited to get back to work and just get grinding with those guys. And the biggest thing for them is I want those guys to live out their dreams, and that's what matters most.
But I know that on June 2nd, you and a couple of the other coaches on MUBB are going to be hosting the Chalk Talk. Overall, if you could just kind of explain, what are you hoping to gain from this experience, and what are you hoping to kind of give to anyone interested in learning about the overall college basketball experience?
Yeah. For us, the 3 of us, we're just talking one day again on Zoom, just about, we had been on a Atlanta Hawks Zoom call. We all had separately had our individual groups that we pull from and talk to, and we said we need to do something to give back, to the local coaches in Milwaukee, and also just coaches out there that are aspiring to become, an assistant coach, an operations guy, a video guy. And I think the message that everybody, gives us all the time is, how do you get in, or what was your journey, and how did you do what you did? And I think it's important, anybody could be in the seat that I'm in if given the opportunity. It's important that we give back and we help build bridges for guys. They might not work at Marquette, but they might work at another institution, or they might work at the NBA team. You never know where they can go, but we just want to help other guys that have a passion to do what we're doing. And, right now, again, we're given a commodity that a lot of times, people don't get, and that's time. So we have a chance to give time back to some people that want to learn about the business. And also we can teach them more about our program and open our doors. Because one of the things we've done a really good job here is during our team camp time, we usually have coaches clinics with the coaches that are here. And we all loved it. So this is a chance for us to connect to not only those guys, but guys all around the country that just want to learn about our program and our journey.